Good evening, everybody. Hello, welcome. What have I broken this week? Let me know. Hello, everybody. We're back. We are back.
Yeah.
Can you hear us all? DevTales. Oh, what have I? How have I? Again, please tell me a better naming format. Season 1, Game 2, Episode 2. For fuck's sake. We're live.
That's
with.
Perfect.
Yeah, that'll do. But we're live. We're live again. We're live on Twitch and we're live on YouTube. And of course, we have the fabulous Automate Games. Hello.
Cheers. Hello.
How you doing?
Hope everybody's well today. Good. How are you?
I don't know. I've been so busy today. I don't even know what's going on at the minute. So I've not done any preparation. So please tell us if nothing works. Because again, if anybody saw my stream a few days ago, I did a live stream where I changed my whole desk and I had to unplug everything here and plug it all back in again. So if something's not working, that's why.
Oh, that's perfect. That's the vibe. That's the vibe of the day.
The music isn't working. I can see that.
That's why I changed the a flag at the last minute in the build, and then sent up the build without testing it.
Yeah,
That's
that's
the vibe.
that's the spirit.
Doing it live.
That's how you do it. So music is that one. You can hear some music now. There you go. Have some music. At least the thing is now, I've had so many bugs and problems with streaming. I actually know how to fix nearly all of it now. So I'm like, oh no, the music's not working. Let me check these 5 things. It's got to be one of them. Yeah, there it is. Found it. Proper Duck Games. Who have we got? I'll come back to that. Proper Duck. Don't start giving me problems. Hang on. Diaprism. Good evening. Hello. Proper Duck. Hello. SC Woods. Hello, my friend. Iron Bites. Lovely to see you again. And oh god, an Osip. Osip. How are we pronouncing that? Sip. Hello. Welcome along. How you doing? And Proper Duck says, what if it's a new season, but you revisit a game from a previous season?
That's Quantum Leap, isn't it?
Stop that. Stop it, Proper Duck. Stop coming around here with your problem questions. That's it. Easily. I'll just never talk to any of these devs ever again.
That sounds like a time travel game heist or something. I don't know. I can't write a good time travel.
Yeah. No. Yeah. Exactly. Stop inventing problems.
Already.
Right. Allsip. Okay. You got it pretty much on point. Allsip. Oh, okay, cool. Allsip. I don't know which one I said now. I said so many versions. Allsip. I don't know. But welcome. Hello. What's happening? So we're just letting everyone. I know it's been 10, 15 minutes already, but we're just letting people join. Please go and share this with your communities or any friends you've got. So if you know anyone else who might like to follow this journey, then go share it, please. Essie, I see Otter has dressed up like a champ tonight, and Richard is rocking the merch. There's nothing the Video X doesn't pull off. Yeah, we're on brand. This is the merch I complained about.
What was wrong with it?
What colour's this?
Oh, it's purple, isn't it? Or
Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
You're right. It is purple. Yeah, should have been magenta.
That's not magenta.
No, and magenta being one of the prime printing colours, I thought would be pretty easy to replicate.
Did you get it from Wish?
No, I got it from. Yeah, might as well have.
They can't do Wish. They can't do magenta.
So that was Fourth Wall, the big like content creator brand that's out there. Fourth Wall. They use third-party printers, and it came from somewhere in Europe. And this is what I had. And this is not the only version. I've got like 4 different mugs that I had this printed on. They all came out purple. I've got 3 T-shirts. All came, and at the end I said, "Forget it. You're just wasting my time." And then they said, "Sorry, we can't print magenta." I was like, "What are you talking about? It's
CMYK."
Yeah, that's what I was like. What are you talking about? And they said, "No, we can't print that magenta." I was like, "It's not that magenta. It's just magenta." Anyway, I went, "Do you know what? Don't bother." So yeah,
like, that's the M in CMYK. Like you would think.
Well, I thought that'd be easy to make.
You would
Yeah.
think.
So anyway, but yeah, that's why I wasn't happy with it.
Oh man.
So yeah, don't use Fourth Wall. Suck.
We'll go color it ourselves.
Yeah.
Feel like
Yeah, that's terrible, isn't it?
I mean, if it helps, I technically dressed down because I was like this close to thinking that I should go with the whole wizard thing because the last podcast was both of our hair down. And
It was.
I'm like,
I'm letting the
I was
side
going to
down.
bring like a robe. I had like an orb that I could conjure.
That would be
I didn't want to hold
amazing.
it up whole stream though, so I was like, screw it.
Yeah, you should just craft a fake hand. Just sit next to you. Yeah.
The hand of fate is sitting behind my desk.
But you do look very fancy.
Oh, cheers! Thank you.
Yeah, very fancy. Yeah. So
We
I'm
used
just,
to have fancy Fridays in the office, so I kind of missed that. So I was thinking,
well, there's your chance. It's I don't know what rhymes with Thursday.
don't get excited. I'm wearing sweatpants below this. It's not.
Oh, you got some pants. That's all I'm happy about.
Yeah. Just in case I have to get up midstream.
It's not no pants Thursday. That's all I'm worried about.
No, that's Friday.
You've done better than most. Don't you worry. Oh, thank you, Olsip.
Cheers.
Thank you. Is Otter revealing any frames tonight? Nah, dying to see the art style. All right, Essie, just you settle down over there.
I'm excited.
Come on. There may well be some sneaky peeks tonight. You'll find out. Yeah, okay, so we'll make a start, everybody. I'm just going to...
All right.
I got given some Spanish beer today.
Oh, that's good.
And I'll tell you what, it's bloody nice. Madri Exceptional. Not sponsored. El Ama de Madrid. Got given 4 cans. So thank you very much. It's very nice. Anyway, you don't need to know that.
Yeah.
You did, yeah. Put it on the list. It's very nice. Right, okay. So we shall make a start, everybody. So we don't keep you here all evening because, as you know, I don't have to have any subject for me to keep talking for several hours. I can just keep going.
Same.
Yeah. I know, it sounds like it could be a disaster.
We'll going for 5 hours.
Yeah, might well do. So, welcome along to DevTales. Woohoo! This is the show where we follow the journey of an indie game from start to finish. This is the second game that we have featured, and as I said before, this is Automate Games here. I need to actually add this. I need to add you. I keep forgetting. Let me add. There will be a link to the Twitter account and the Twitch channel because you do stream live, don't you? You do stream your your development.
Yep.
So let me just add this to the rotation of stuff. What am I doing? Yeah.
Ooh, oyster stout for diaprism. Ooh, stout's good.
Oyster stout. Drinking some English beer over here. Wow. Okay, look at us. Look at this. We're a global audience. Look at this. English stout in Denmark, and I'm drinking Spanish beer in England. What's happening with you there? What you got over there? Let me see. So I'm just adding these rotations around. So just bear with 1 second, everybody. Verifying you are a human. Oh, for God's sake. I see we're back to the American Arcadia layout. Looking good. Thank you. This was my Spanish brother-in-law who created this for us. I think it looks fantastic. He's done an amazing job. But yeah, very American Arcadia. That is the base because that was such a nice, it was a wonderful game, to be honest. And I like the style. But thank you, Essie. Thanks for noticing. You haven't added any. The thing I don't like about, okay, so I'm using Botrix for the chat bot, okay. The thing I don't like about it is the timers. You can create timers like all the other chatbots, but you can't turn them on or off. So you have to delete them every time. I don't understand. Like on Stream Elements and other ones, you just deactivate them when you don't want them. You just untick the ones you don't want and leave them in there. But this one, you have to just delete the whole line. Otherwise, you just keep posting it on all the other streams. It makes you wonder who tests these.
AI.
yeah. So let me I'm just catch it. I'm going to do your Twitter first. I didn't have time to do this. I've been out all day doing business.
I mega appreciate it, so thank you.
I know. So I'm catching up a little bit. That's okay. We're all friends here. We can chat.
Yeah, that's good.
Ad? What's this ad? Get lost. So that is your Twitter. And we're going to have that on those 3 platforms. Trovo. Who streams to Trovo?
What? Is that Russian? Is that
Trovo? I don't know. I have no idea. It's probably Korean or I don't know what Trovo is. I see it all the time.
Trovo versus Twitch.
You tell me. And then
Trovo's revenue stream is the same as Twitch's. You get 50% as a streamer, but the requirement for monetization on Trovo are much lower on Twitch. Much lower than on Twitch.
Oh, are they really? But no one watches it, so it doesn't help.
Yeah, yeah. You need 5-hour stream to 20 followers to get started, but it might take forever to get to 20 followers.
Yeah. So I have put out, there's going to be a Twitter and a Twitch link coming out for Automate Games. So please make sure you go and follow if you're on either of those platforms.
Please, that can be funny sometimes.
There's a rumor of that. I've heard rumors. So, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, no, your streams are really good because you read all the chat, you answer questions. It's all very good. That's why I'm recommending it.
Oh, cool. Cheers. Yeah.
I'm new here, so I'm curious. What's the plan for the stream? Oh, okay. I'll sip. So this series of streams, like I said, this is where we are. So Otto is making a brand new indie game, and we have picked it up right at the start of development. And this show is just going to be us talking, asking questions about the game, and he's just going to be explaining how the progress is going, any problems he's found during development, any good things that have happened during development, and hopefully maybe today showing some snippets or clips or anything of the actual gameplay of where it's at. Again, we're talking like alpha stages here. We're talking super early stages, first builds. There's going to be bugs, there's going to be problems, there's going to be things, and it's your chance to ask questions on things that are happening. So if you're a budding developer, and because a lot of people just show off games when they're all shiny and nice, it's all very well, but not many people want to show off their game when it's not working right, or it's the first art version and it looks like absolute garbage. But that's not the point. The point is to talk about, have discussions about the development cycle, what's happening, what is working well. So that is what we'll be doing. I found you on Twitter, by the way. Oh, good, thank you. I've just hit 6,000 followers on Twitter, everybody. So thank you very much if you're following on Twitter. So I'm very pleased with that. It's taken 4 years, mind you. People keep saying to me, "Wow, that was quick." I'm like, 4 years doesn't feel quick, but I appreciate it. Smoke Sheriff, hello. GZ, grats. Thank you. So that's what we'll be doing. So. By the way, all the streams will be on VODs. You can catch all the streams on VODs. They are in a playlist on YouTube and on Twitch. I don't know how you do it on Twitch, you know what I mean? But they're all on a VOD playlist on YouTube. So if you want to catch up with any... Oh my God, what is my screen doing? If you want to catch up with any of the VODs, you can do so by just going to the VOD section. There you go. Sounds brilliant. Don't worry, I love seeing first builds. I'm designing my own myself and showing it in broken states. But either way, I love getting to see other people's development cycles. Cool. Well, also, you're in the exact right place. So I appreciate you joining us for the first time. So, do you want to just what can we call you? How do I refer to you?
Yeah. Oh, Ash.
You are happy with Ash?
Yeah. Ash is fine. Yeah.
We're happy with Ash. I referred to you as Ash in the video earlier, and I thought I always forget to people know. But yeah, we'll stick with Ash. Baz, hello, Baz. Okay, so
Otter's my nickname. That's totally fine. One thing I realized since the last podcast we did, if you were wanting to look me up on older BioWare titles, like that's when like Dan Plunkett was my name, but now like since then changed the name to Ash Plunkett. I think it was on Mass Effect Remasters when it was showing up now as Ash. So
very cool. Yeah. So
Ash is fine, Otter's fine.
Okay, so there we go. So I'll probably stick with Ash just because it's the shortest and I'm the laziest. So we'll go with that. And again, as Ash just said, ex-BioWare developer. So very interesting. I think that's super cool. And again, some people like shy away from, oh no, don't mention my old job. But I think it's an achievement. I mean, that's a great achievement, and you should be proud. And I'm sure you are. Great work. So yeah. So why don't we just go over? Can you just give us a short recap of where you were at before today's stream and where you were sort of sitting at? Just a quick overview, just for people like Al sit there who are new and didn't watch last week. So what are you doing and where are you sort of at up until today?
Yeah. So I'm still just fresh out into indie. This is basically like kind of 3 months along. The focus when we talked last month was getting the gameplay to a good spot, getting the art to a good spot. I haven't touched the leaderboard or the audio yet. I've stubbed in the leaderboard, but it just reads your score essentially right now.
Yep.
I did a big so it's the tutorial, the gameplay, getting the gameplay loop going, the difficulty ramp. I'm still massaging the difficulty ramp. But that's the kind of stuff you might see today. So if it's too easy that it's boring, or if it's ramps up too hard that you can't do it, that's really good information for me to have.
Yeah.
when we're looking at it. So yeah. And I'm sure there'll be some more gameplay things I want to do. I think there was like an end game piece, like I want to get the feature complete this next cycle. But yeah, that's pretty much me right now.
There you go. Okay, and if anybody's in chat that was here last week, I'm going to ask you your homework question again. Do you remember what Ash said he wanted to get done by the next stream? Does anybody remember? I'm not saying that because I don't remember, because I totally remember. I actually wrote it down. I just don't remember where I put the book. Because I moved my desk. So come on, who remembers what stage, what Ash said he wanted to get done? I'll give you a second. I'll look for the book while you do that.
Those times I have a memory of a goldfish.
I know. Always weird. Why did I move stuff? Oh, can't be bothered. I was going to get up and everything, but that's definitely not happening. Also, it says difficulty ramps are best. Ex BioWare. I'm guessing your new game is highly story based jokes. Yes. Wow. Yes. You'll see. Difficulty ramps are best discovered from other players. Yes, exactly. I find personally, as sometimes I make them either too easy or too difficult due to my own testing. It's usually you make them. I'll tell you, developers, you usually make them too hard. That's what you normally do. Because when I play them, I'm like, oh my god, who made this? And you did. That's who. Didn't he say we were supposed to see some visuals or gameplay? Oh, yes. How many hours does Otter spend on developing each week?
Oh, a lot.
A lot. That's your answer. I see. A lot.
I'm probably 8 to 12 hours Monday through Friday, and depending on what my work sprint is like. My sprint being like this past month has been a sprint, or I'll work in like 2-week sprints. Sometimes I'll carry over into the weekend, and sometimes I won't. So I try to keep to like 5 days or maybe 6 days, but I'll always try if I end up working 5 days plus the weekend, I'll try to take a day off in the next week or something.
So you're talking 8 to 12 hours a day?
Yeah, this is kind of my job, and I guess since like leaving the industry, this is sort of like that. Oh, this is the chance to see if we can do it, but we better make the game to quality and to quick.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's the hope.
Essie, how many hours are you spending?
These doors don't open. I just sleep in here. No.
Yeah, it's just art. Essie, how many hours are you spending? Come on. You've been developing a game for about 4 years now since we've been talking. Where's your game? Geofracture Games, thank you for the follow. I don't know where the alert was, but thank you for the follow. I don't know where that's gone. There is an alert somewhere, I promise. But thank you for following. Appreciate it. Okay, all right. Well, I'll tell you what. Yeah, let's go with how has this month been for you, Ash? How has your development gone? Has there been anything that slowed you down, or anything that you've struggled with, or thought it was going to be easy but wasn't, or anything like that, or has it just been pretty plain sailing and you've just done what you wanted to do?
Everything. No.
Yeah, it's all.
It's always you think it's going to be really simple, and then it's not. Probably the biggest things were just kind of making sure it was feature complete, and part of that was a bit of a retooling of the tutorial. A lot of the heavy load of the design work for the tutorial comes along with trying to solve two things. One, breaking down the beats small enough that any number of players can understand what that beat is. Okay. And then also making it fast enough so you're not making the players that are quick to understand it bored to tears. So it's like if they can click through and get through the tutorial fast enough, they can just get through it fast enough. So you're trying to make dynamic ranges like that. The art, a lot of it was the art, getting the visuals down, and honestly, art and animation, that's my dessert. That's my I could just throw headphones on and just have music going on for hours. So most of that was pretty good. Probably the hardest part was a lot of the programming fixes, because I had to not just fix things programmatically. I had to do the design work of okay, I need to make sure I'm not going to upset players before I invest my time into this programming.
Yeah, you don't want to start off by annoying everybody as soon as they start the game, of course. Yeah, absolutely. So we got a question from Baz. What does your partner think of all the time developing? It's not my partner Tony. He's super supportive, and
Yeah, and he's always seen this as like, I've been working in the industry for 14 years. I've always wanted to go indie. This is my chance to like take advantage of some time to do that. So he just kind of like, so he'll actually help out. He'll like play some builds. He'll give me some feedback. He's just really smart and helpful and supportive with that. Just kind of a cool note on that is that we just tend to be kind of a creative household. That's why Ottermake Games is actually a part of Otter Labs. So I am Ottermake Games, and he owns Ottermake Crafts and Ottermake Arts because he makes Etsy store stuff.
Nice.
So we're all So that's why it's Ottermake Games, a part of Otter Labs.
Well, in the future, if you ever want to share his link, if he's selling stuff, go for it. It's next. If you've got the link, you can welcome to share his stuff of all part of Otter Labs. We can take a look and share out there. You never know. If anybody wants to
yell down the hall,
can I share? What's your link? Yeah, of course.
Cool. Yeah, awesome. Yeah,
Damn.
Well,
Dedication, and keep it up and share with the project and share what the project is for me to check out. You'll see. Don't worry, there'll be links and you'll share everything, so don't you worry about it. Anyway, if you multiply 3 hours a day that you work by 7 days, you also get 21-hour week. Oh, Essie's getting technical here.
which one is that? Which was that? Is that on the YouTube one?
You're on YouTube. Sorry, it is on the screen. It keeps I keep telling the chat to not disappear after a certain amount of time, but again, doesn't listen to me. Just does it.
When technology wants to be fun.
God's sake. Yes. Yeah, Essie says that. I've myself been developing my main game for 3 months currently, but would be probably lost 2 to 3 hours a day depending on how much you work from. Oh, okay, that's what the reply is. Yeah, again, it does depend on what, not everybody. So you've got to remember, this is another reason why I like these chats, because you realise that not everybody can spend as much time as everybody else developing games. Some people have got loads of time, some people have no time, and it's just, you got to understand that's what it happens, Yep.
And for me, the trade-off is if I want to keep doing this, I need to keep
doing it.
There will be a point if I release this and it doesn't make any money, and if I release a second and it doesn't make any money, I'm like, well, back to the industry or time for a part-time job. So part of the the motivation to just throw myself at it kind of comes from wanting to eat.
Absolutely. Yeah. Again, and not everyone's in their position to do that. Not everyone can just quit their job and develop games. You just got there's no right way. It just depends what works in your situation. You just got to find a way of being comfortable with whatever. If you can only do 2 hours a day, then that's great. Don't look at it. You got to look at it. Don't look that you can only do 2 hours a day. Look at it. I can do 2 full hours a day. That's amazing. So you just got to keep that in mind. That's great if that's all you can do.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I always think that developers should do merch from day one. Lots of people would buy and collect it. Good source of income whilst you build the game. Yeah, I mean, I kind of agree, Baz. I've done merch for forever. It's all garbage, most of the merch. In general, merch is rubbish unless you're getting it printed by someone you really like who does a really good job. But the generic stores are generally pretty crap. So you've got to find the right merch, and oh my god, have I tried. But my current one is very good, by the way. Not this one. The new ones are good. But yeah, I think it does help if you've got a name like for you, Ash. Like you've got the name because you were ex BioWare. People are gonna naturally follow you. If you're a developer developing their first game, I'm not sure spending time creating merch is going to be beneficial to you, because no one, again, without sounding mean, no one cares about you. No one gives a crap about what you're doing because nobody knows you. You've got nothing in the bank to say, oh yeah, I've created these amazing games and now I'm doing my own thing. And then people can go, oh yeah, I'm going to follow that.
That's what this past month has been like. I know there was always a marketing talk to the end of this, but really learning that like you mentioned last week, nobody cares about your game, because it's true. It's about getting people to buy into my story as a dev, and then maybe get them to care as the game. Changing the attitude of where to get them to care. Obviously, I hope they care about the game, but it's I care more.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I totally agree. Then again, you could, like Baz says, Super Meat Boy developers did that whilst building. Yeah, I can see that, but that was a long time ago.
Yeah.
There
I
is
guess
the amount of games that are coming out now is insane compared to when Super Meat Boy was coming out.
Yeah. For me, it comes down to like, I guess, is the juice worth the squeeze? Because I have to ask myself that a lot.
Yes.
Because when it comes down to, am I going to be putting my time programming, art, or code, or anything game, or am I going to be putting my time into making tweets, or cutting videos for tweets, or putting together YouTube video, or am I doing like, luckily Twitch overlaps with the game dev pretty easy because I could just dev on stream, but like,
yeah. Well, good.
but like,
yeah.
merch might be good though at some point. I think like maybe when I get done with Etsy, like I plan to park it and market it for like a month or two before release. So there might be some space in there while I'm spooling up the next game or something. That might be a good idea.
Yeah, again, the thing is, it's also a good idea to keep an eye out of what sort of, almost keep a collection of like merch ideas. You know, again, it also depends what your art in your game is like. If you've got a very recognizable character, that's massively going to help you. But if you've got like a card-based game, there's not much you can do with that for merch-wise. You know, but if you've got like Super Meat Boy, super recognizable character.
The art, the teeth on the lucky guy. Yeah.
So, but yeah. Anyway, yeah. So, it's a good point, though. I do take the point, but I think
it is perfect that. Oh, sorry.
No, carry on.
It is perfect that if I did make sure it's just based on the company, Automate Games is OMG. Like, if I shorten it out, so if I do like Otterface OMG, like it's just oh my god. So, I'm like, hey, I could maybe play around with that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And I mean, even like when we're doing these streams and stuff, you know, people come up with funny phrases and like already now we're talking about your stream, you know, in a world every time we talk, I talk to you, you know, and then we've also got the posture police and stuff, you know, just stupid stuff that come out. I mean, it is worth, you know, it makes you feel quite involved in the community, doesn't it? If you've got like some in jokes that your fan, if you get regular watchers and viewers and commenters, you can gain some of that sort of in joke following as well, which is also very powerful for marketing. Super Meat Boy was famously funded by credit card debt. Yeah, there you go. It wasn't merch sales, credit card debt. If your husband is a maker, can you pick his brain for ideas?
Oh yeah, for merchant shirt. Yeah. He actually made my first shirt. Back when I made Rocket Weasel as a mobile game, he actually made me a Rocket Weasel shirt because I was like, it was a game concept I was able to sell out to like an indie studio, to like a mobile studio, like way back when I was first starting.
Nice.
So that was like a one of edition shirt. Maybe you can make more.
There you go. It's a limited edition already. Okay, so let's talk about. What is it you wanted to show? Where are you at today? Where are you at? Did you reach the goal that you wanted to reach? That's the main thing.
Yeah, no, I think I did. It's feeling pretty good. It's not done yet. I would like to think maybe about a month out from being like done. Done. I like in terms of like we can get into the meat of what that means. But I do have a build available. Like I could play it or you could play it.
All right.
I love getting fresh-eyed feedback from people, so watching people play the first game is like one of you never get better feedback than that.
Well, this channel is built on me playing random builds from developers for the first time live, so we can do that.
Sweet. I hope it's going to have all the bugs and it'll be we might have to reset the game a couple times, but
of course,
that's the first time you've had that.
That's half the fun. But Richard, of course, you know that the other devs. That for other devs to get as much done as I do in the 20 hours, they'd have to spend 80 hours. Of course, I know how efficient you are, Essie. What was the timeline to finish the game again? Was it 3 months, 4 months?
Like aiming at 4 months. That's why it's like I've been like, we're in the third month now.
In the third month.
So that's why, So.
Okay.
So
pressure's on. Yeah, hurry up.
Yeah, no, we're getting close. But like that's kind of that was part of the deal. It was like keep it simple to make it small, so I can sell another one and make another one to sell after that. Mm-hmm. I mean, obviously put some heart, not just pump the thing out, but hey.
Okay, so the build you sent me, I've got an unconfirmed download. Oh, what are you doing?
I put Trojan horses on it.
Thank you. I look forward to that. I look forward to that. I'm sure you did. It's not liking it. Open with. Can I extract files? Extract files? Is it gonna let me do that?
Yeah, just extract all the files somewhere and then download the Trojan horse.
Oh, it's gonna work. Yeah. It just says, it's just listed it as unconfirmed. Oh, there you go. Itsy.exe.
Yeah.
Good. All right, should we just jump straight in? What do I need to know? What controls do I? Am I a controller or a keyboard, or would you like me to
Mouse.
figure it out completely? Mouse? Is it just mouse?
Yeah.
Okay, so don't tell me any more, because even when you were streaming, I was trying not to pay attention.
Please do the tutorial though, like of the 2 buttons at the beginning. Please do the tutorial first.
Who do you think I am?
Yeah, you don't need it.
Who do you think I am? You think I do tutorial? What are you talking about? I'll see how easy it is to skip. All right. So.
Oh my god, yeah. Watch me die inside. It's like watching that meme of like the designer watching somebody put the same blocks, all the different blocks into the same circle shape.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'll send you the vid.
Oh no, I have seen that. Yeah, the square. Where does that going? The round hole. No.
Person on the call just dying inside. Yeah, but I'll sit back and shut up and do that. You can watch it in my face.
Okay, let me see where I can. I'll load this up and I'll see where I can arrange this on the screen so we can all still see my beautiful face. Because we might be able to do a little bit of maneuvering. Now my first question. Can I launch it without... Oh, I can launch it without being full screen. Nice. So I'm going to bring this in. So hold on, I've got to add this as a source, and I'll bring the game in.
Oh, yeah. While you do that, I'll answer as it
yes.
is. I follow lots of software developers. There's a massive push on building in public. What's your thoughts on whereas on doing this in public? So... if I'm at a larger studio where we have to have NDAs, then I'm worried about it being private. But I'm like, if I'm doing this by myself, it's kind of like I worried about, well, what if I put it out and people steal the idea? Well, I'm like, well, if I'm putting this out there, I'm like halfway ahead of them anyway. And I'm putting it on my Twitch and I'm putting it on podcasts. So there's like record of me showing, I showed this sooner. I don't know.
Yeah.
If somebody steals the mechanic, I don't think
yeah.
Is using the Pong mechanic stealing the Pong mechanic, or is it just?
Yeah, you can't protect yourself forever. I mean, again, because don't forget, copyright works. Whenever you create a creative piece, you automatically get the copyright on that because you've created it. So it goes to your. So you do have to be careful, of course, but you can't worry about people copying any because like you'd never get anything done. Nothing will ever happen if you just worry about copyright all the time.
Yep.
Right now, I'm sticking this over the chat a bit here. I'm trying to leave the little corner so you can still see the bit of the chat. For those of you that are on the other platform, you can still see the chat in the bottom corner there. But can everybody see that okay? Is that clear enough for everybody to see? I can put it over my face if you don't want to see my face, but I thought that would be your priority. If you're going,
I got the thing running at 60 FPS, but every time I stream it, I'm like, oh, it's 30. I'm like, ah.
Oh yeah, because
this is meant for mobile, but I do plan to sell it on Steam. So there's a PC.
Yeah, you go frame rate problem. Yeah, exactly. Dev. Oh, hello by the way, Dev. I've read your messages already, so I forgot to say hello. If you're going to get cloned, you're going to get cloned regardless of when. Yeah, exactly. You might release and someone goes, I'm going to copy all that. So you could. I could have just showed it for the last 6 months anyway because it didn't make any difference. I think the vast majority of successful games don't have anything that can't be. Yeah, of course. Yeah. You know. There's only a certain amount of chords in the world, but bands still seem to make similar songs and still make original songs. Do you know what I mean? You drive yourself crazy if you're worried about that. Taloff, only YouTube is good. Hello, Taloff, by the way. And what do you mean, by the way?
Beacon Pines. No, I haven't. Beacon Pines.
Oh, Beacon Pines. Yeah, Beacon Pines. Yeah, we played that on stream. We did that playthrough of that. Very good.
Oh, nice. Cool.
Very good.
Add that to my list of things.
It's just a very good mystery story, little cute game. Very good. I liked it. We liked it. The whole stream liked it. I think we all liked it, didn't we? Okay, I'm going to do the tutorial. I'm trying to fit it in. I need to hide my taskbar. It's too long. It's too long. Can't make it any taskbar settings. Let me just move that to the side. He says. No, don't lock all. No, unlock. So I'll put that to the right there.
That's a bit. Oh, yes, while you're doing that,
yes, please do.
I was thinking more about pressure, worrying about failing in public rather than being copied. I think my worrying about failing in public was sandpapered off of me like years ago. Like just, one of my favorite sayings is "fail forward, fail fast," and you just really get into that.
So I'm just trying to fit it on my screen.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to fit the game on my stream.
Sure.
So because I can't make the screen any bigger.
Oh, and it's cutting off the bottom of the text.
And the side, look, it's not scaling. But again, this is why we're testing. But yeah,
fun.
I can't. How do I get it full screen again? What's full screen?
F5.
Thank you. That's refresh, isn't it?
You select the window in F5. Oh, sorry. Full screen for the game window is F5.
So does that fit if I make that full screen here? Just seeing what everybody can see. No! Does not like it. No, where's my start bar gone? There it is. That one.
Angel Mix Games. Yeah, I guess the bad. I guess it's like less the pressure doesn't motivate me. It just I've had I've had to fail in front of people enough that I don't know. You just kind of just grow into it. I guess they just into it.
Okay, I can't get this to scale properly, so I'm gonna have to play it like this because it will not work. If I do it full screen, it just doesn't seem to do it. So
just note to people that the little cutoff on text on the bottom normally that's. You could cover my face if you wanted to do full screen over here or something.
I can't. I'll try full screen. The thing is, I can't set it up without it going weird. Because don't forget, I'm trying to stream this at the same time, so that if we get any weirdness, I've got two different screens at different resolutions, so it's a.
Sometimes.
So in the gameplay, there are we seeing everything kind of that we need to see here?
Yeah. There's some of the text on the bottom gets cut off, but I think this looks fun. This looks okay. Everybody's watching this designer goggles on. Things won't be perfect. If things are cut off, that's just this window. It works normally fine then.
yeah.
Window, I guess.
Yeah. Unless I go, because if I go,
okay.
No,
this looks okay.
So let me
If you hit the pause button, you could restart it, or you can just play from here.
I see. Oh, okay.
The pause button's up on the top. Yeah, the top right. There you go.
There we go. So I can read the. I'll restart that. I'll do. Oh, it's gone full screen for me now. What the crap?
Yeah, now it's working. Yeah.
Right, tutorial.
Cool.
Okay, I don't know what we're missing. The sun feels so good. This warmth. Is there more? Is that on my? Yeah, we're getting most of the text, aren't we here?
Yeah, that's right.
Uh-oh. One day. No. Not again. No. Fight it. Fight. Push back. Go. Yes. Every time. Okay, so again, so if you don't know, like I said, I'm sure you've worked it out by now, but this is a Itsy Bitsy Spider themed game. This is what we're doing here. Okay, again, this is our first look at it. So everybody, this is the first look of the game. This is where we're at. So let's have a look. Okay, so now, I don't know what the buttons are now, because I didn't see them. So I'm clicking, that's glowing, so I'm guessing clicking that. And I don't know if the white dot is one I have to click on, or I can... Okay. How do I get up there then? Oh! What's all that about? Yeah, that flies. Okay, what if I click here? So it's just a whole block I can click on. Okay. Oh, and just attach myself to the flies. Is that good or bad for me? Am I scuppered now? If I do that, I get to... Do I do it quickly? Ah, okay. I can click on. Right, okay. So good. Where's the warmth? Okay, so I'm looking for the sun. I'm looking for the dry area. Okay. What does that do? Oh, yeah. Oh, we've broken some sun. I found more warmth. Yes. I feel it already. Gonna keep climbing. Oh, I should have done the voice effects, shouldn't I?
We're getting the VO. Perfect.
I should have done the voice effects. Yeah. I don't know what. All the buttons are weird, so I don't know what we're gonna get. What we're gonna get. What is this one? I need a.
Gonna keep climbing.
Okay, so let's just keep going. Wait. Okay, what is that? Can I skip that completely? Oh, you can. Can I go down? I can. Oh. I'm hurting. Oh no. Oh Christ. If I hit that, then jump back up again. Oh, nice. It feels very ninja-y. I'm liking it. I like it. I feel like a ninja. Oh no. Can I go all the way up there? Okay, yes. Whoa. So I've got to hurry up, have I? Ah, I do like that lighting effect. That's very nice. Oh, I'll hurry up. What's happened? Has my PC gone mental?
Oh, this is something that happens. Like, you probably have to break and reset it, but you can start back from play if you want. That's like a deeper bug that I'm trying to fix right now. There's something to be with like the collision with the rotation issues.
Oh yeah, that's totally frozen.
But it's like it freezes without an assert. I've had that pop up with me. No, actually, Daredevil, all the shadows, it's all surfaces and masking and making cutouts of the masking, and drawing the rays of light with shapes, and then like so that way I can like skew them and kind of have them parallax a little bit. But yeah, you'll probably have to like Windows kill the window.
I will. Yeah, I need. We're task managering now. This is serious. Lilia TV. Hello, Lilia TV. Cute idea for a game. It is. Welcome in, Lilia.
Iron Bites. So I'm using a Game Maker for this because I love Game Maker and I love I love 2D pixel art, and I also love limiting myself design-wise, like removing axes of choice. And I feel like getting rid of 3D kind of helps that.
I love limiting. So. Who hurt you, Ash? Who's hurt you?
I love what's it? Like I've shipped titles in Unity. It's fine. I enjoy it. Godot. I never did check out. But yeah, I think, especially coming from like working in like Frostbite and really complicated engines, I'm like, and it's not that Game Maker is simple. It's just I don't know. I like it.
Yeah. And again, well, first of all, I love the visuals. I think the again for 4 months old game to already have some really nice, cute visuals. You've got a nice mechanic there. It's a nice, simple mechanic as well. There's nothing complicated about making your way up. That's nice. It all works very well. And yeah, and like I said, if you look, because you're already trying to build some story into it, aren't you? We're trying to build some storylines in there, just little ones, just simple ones to help you understand what's going on.
Yeah, actually, if you throw like a minute or two at the gameplay after play, like that's where the story that like I was trying to figure out a dynamic way to tell the story, and I'm really kind of curious to have people see how that kind of went, because the tutorial is the dialogue comes up no matter what.
Okay, I've loaded it up again.
But this time you could just you know how to play now.
It says full screen on mine, and it's just frozen on stream. This is a massive delay. What's going on? Doesn't like it, does it? Doesn't like that. What if I go mini screen? Oh yeah, if I go mini screen, it's okay.
Oh yeah.
Game over. Oh man.
There we go. Yeah.
Oh, it's continued. It's continued where we were. Okay.
Okay, so you can just restart then. Perfect.
I can just restart. Yes, there we go.
Yeah. So so basically, that's me doing 8 to 12 hours a day and probably working through like a lot of the weekends. I tend to be a workaholic, but it's okay because it's my game, so I don't mind it as much. There we go. So basically, it's a compacted amount of time. Well, it was closer to like 3.5 so far, but it was just like that's just basically all I'm doing. I get to go outside occasionally, sometimes.
They let you out. So with the vertical nature of this game, will it also be on phone? Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Definitely built for phone. I think Daredevil had a really good idea when I do the PC version, like for Steam, like to make it widescreen, I could add like art on both sides or like.
Yeah. Oh.
I don't care how tired I am.
Fucking love it.
Oh.
I need to because
Why? What's happening? Give me another story block. Story blocks. No.
Okay.
because I must see the sun.
He's epic. He's an epic warrior. Oh no! I got done. Okay. Game over.
But, like,
yeah.
That kind of gives you an idea, like
Oh yeah, you keep chatting. I'm playing.
Yeah. Okay. Sure. So like I guess you played it enough now. I can talk now without like messing it up. You seem like you got a good idea of it.
Yeah. You go for it. You go for whatever you want to talk about.
Yeah.
I'll
so
try to get on the scoreboard.
I guess the biggest the biggest needle I was trying to thread on this was like, okay, I want to put some bit of story, some bit of heart into this because those are the games I like. But my first game out, I want to make tiny. So how do you take something like a vertical scroller, which is like all about rapid player progression, and insert and inject a story into it without it feeling like bad? So yeah, there's a number of things. So that's why while you're doing the gameplay, after the tutorial, dialogue just shows up on those. Oh.
Don't mind me. You just carry on.
Yeah, go for it. So those dialogue boxes show up, right? There's actually a feature that you can, in the pause menu, you can make the dialogue show up half the amount of times or turn it off completely for the players that don't want to have to do the dialogue at all.
Nice, that's a nice feature.
But like this is the rate of dialogue I like, so I leave it at the default. It might be too much. One of the things I'm doing is also getting like the scroll speed right. So right now, like how the game scrolls quickly.
Yeah.
If you grab an object at the top of the screen.
Oh.
And like how much.
Well, hey, we've got a good gameplay loop already. We've got a good gameplay loop already. I'm in.
Like, yeah. So yeah, you gotta wait till it gets to like the hard mode because then I start taking away the blocks and you have to use the flies in the red blocks, so all the disappearing.
Nice, yeah. You gotta be quick.
Keep going.
But I can see how a touchscreen that'd be nice. That'd be nice.
The current rate of dialogue is probably about one message per screen, and that's the rate you can change later. Let's see. No! Sorry, I can just watch it. Fuck, I'm distracted.
I know what I'm doing.
Yeah. So the idea with the scrolling speed, like when you want to make gather my thoughts. When I'm looking at gameplay and I want to make things feel satisfying, you want to make like what are you getting out of the player? A single button click. So you have one button click to try to make things satisfying. So that's grabbing a ledge for button click, that's grabbing a fly and getting a point and getting like a little bounce off the top. That's getting a message for a story that you might be getting kind of caught up in, you want to hear more. But yeah, so I will have the game probably scroll a little. No. Oh, sorry.
I'm professional, don't you worry. I know what I'm doing.
It's good. No, it's good. You know what you're doing. So the plan would be to there's probably about 6 room layouts per difficulty. So you start out at the beginning. There's like 6 easy rooms that's randomly choosing from and giving to you. There's like 6 more medium rooms, and 6 more hard rooms, and it kind of like changes that curation as the game goes on. There is an end game if you do get to the end of the dialogue, but I'm not going to say what it is just because you got to leave something for
it's a mystery. Oh, yeah, of course. Mate, what are you doing?
And the dialogue itself. So I don't play a lot of roguelikes, but I was inspired by them in that the dialogue, I feel like, if the dialogue is written in 10-line chunks, so every 10 messages, every 10 lines of dialogue you get, that's essentially a mini arc.
Okay.
Of the larger arc of the story. Like this one, I think is actually the end, the 10th one, because I think if you click next, yeah.
Sorry, I was just.
I'm
missing some Twitch chat. Sorry, I was missing Twitch chat. Professor Stalker, hello. Well, nice to see you again. How you doing? Split screen racing. That's a good idea.
Nice.
Yeah, I like it. I do like the spring of the spider as it goes wrong. I do like that pull. It's quite satisfying.
Oh, sweet. Good. Is it okay? And like, yeah, that's the other problem that I hope this came across is the things happen slow enough that you can understand them, but fast enough that it's not boring.
Yeah, it's fast enough. I think sometimes I'm missing looking at my spider because I'm looking up all the time.
Yep.
It's not a problem, but I feel like a little bit I'm missing out on the animations that he's got because the spider's very springy and it's a spider. It's cool. So, I find myself I'm never looking at the spider. I'm literally always looking where my next jump is. Is that a problem? I don't think so. I'm just saying that's how I'm feeling playing.
I totally agree with you that that's the thing. Like I've tried to figure out if that's a problem. Because the game does have a split focus issue, right? Because like where you click and where the spider is are 2 different things.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like when you learn, if I click the block, I'll be safe in circling. You learn that you can don't have to look at the spider, but I don't know. It's like the gameplay feels fine without it once you get it going. Oh, did you did it? Did you did it? Did you get it?
Yeah, I like bouncing off the flies as well. That's cool.
Yeah, but I agree with later on it would just be like flies and red blocks in the hard mode to keep going up. Yeah. So that's at the beginning the green blocks that was mostly for the start of the game. Later on it gets worse than that. Jesus. And if you miss a line of dialogue, you'll pick it up at the next one. So there's not really a way to miss them essentially.
Okay. Lily Alive, thank you for the follow. Welcome in. Another stream I highly recommend, by the way. Lilia. Just saying. We're promoting people here. Go and follow Lilia, please. Very, very good streamer.
Ooh, I will follow.
Yeah. I would do a shout out, but I'm bouncing spiders off of flies. I can't.
Yeah, I guess I agree. I don't know whether the split focusing will be an issue, but it's definitely pronounced.
Yeah, it's a strange problem actually, because not. Yeah. I don't think I really have that. There's not many games I can think of where I don't know where to look. Because again, I want to naturally look at the spider, but you're dead if you do that because you have to look where you're going. You have to do that. I mean, I've been pretty lucky so far, to be honest. I've dodged a few bullets here.
It's your skill.
That's the spirit. Well trained. Look at that. Professional trainer. I'm going to put the music back on because we don't have music, so I may as well keep music going. How did I not die? Oh my god.
That's it. So with the delay, I can't tell if
I know. You're getting
happening or not.
Can you slow time when first swinging to allow you to look up?
So, yeah, potentially. I do have a time dilation set in that actually plays on the dialogues when you are in the tutorial. So there's while you're zipping towards something, it slows down to put up a message. But yeah, the scrolling up. So what I was trying, what the intent was that after a while you get a good rhythm going of like, I grab something, it scrolls quickly, it pulls more down, I can grab the next thing, I can grab the next thing. So that way speedrunners can, like, when they really get into it, they can go. So that's why there's a bit of a speed up and the slow down. But I mean, that's something like I'd be curious to see what the slowdown would play with, what the slowdown would feel like with that.
Actually, do you know what? I can see why with the sort of story, with the chat below, not the chat, but with the text below. I kind of like that sort of turmoil of him discussing. It's almost like we're like reading his mind, and it's like the turmoil he's going through with a spider just trying to climb up a pipe, a spout. It's it's good. I like it. It does add a lot more than I thought he was going to add. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I appreciate that. Question on that.
Yeah.
Is it because you're only getting a line at a time? You don't know. You haven't seen what the whole arc is. Does it feel like it's going somewhere, or does it feel like it's just like endlessly talking? Because I want it to feel like it's sort of building up, like line by line, like tiny piece by tiny piece.
Yeah. I am getting a sense of building up, like where is this journey going? And I don't quite know how far I'm going, because I don't want it to just be an endless runner. I do want it to have some sort of build, some sort of story arc, as it were. Hold on. Jam Biscuit Games. Hello. I followed you recently, didn't I? Hello. Has raided the channel. Hello, raiders.
Nice.
Hello, welcome in, everybody. You joined us in the middle of a DevTales stream. So this is where we follow the journey of an indie developer creating an indie game from start to finish, and we catch up with each game once a month. And this is the second update of this game. So we are just testing out this very first build of a game, just to test the mechanics and just to discuss some of the problems and some of the cool features and some of the whatever we want to discuss about. We're just chatting about it. So welcome along, everybody. Hope if that's something you find interesting, then you can find the developers' links in the chat. They're going past, so please go and follow along if you want to follow more. Essie did say, have you settled on a price of the game?
So, I've been thinking like $2.
$2?
Like $1 to $2. So like initially I was thinking $1 because when I worked in mobile back in 2013, it was always when I worked in mobile in like 2010 to 2013, like all the endless runners and everything were coming out for $1. And I'm like, I'd be fine selling this for $1. Or I don't know if I'd want to push ads yet. I'd want to kind of see how it just sells as a game. The reason why I say $2 is because, well, I guess there's technically inflation, and other devs can tell me if this works well. But I've read about Steam that if you are able to put your game on sale, it helps with your numbers, right? So if I put it out and I put it out for 50% off, $1, but it's marked for sale, I'm like, does that actually buy me anything? I'm like, what? How do you?
Yeah, that's a good question. Did I see somewhere where there's a I'm trying to think. I'm probably amalgamating several different tips here. Something to do with the price. If it's under a certain price, that it gets pushed differently as well. I can't remember. We'll have to look at that. But I don't know. Off grid. I'm going to smash the 28-day cooldown for sales. I'm going to smash the 28. What are we talking about? Off grid. What are you talking about? You're right over there.
I'm really interested.
You're right there. You're okay in the forest over there. It's like 80 cents minimum. Oh, okay. There is a minimum. Okay.
Oh, okay. I see. Yeah.
You can feel the jeopardy. Save the spider. I mean, my heart rate's gone up, and I'm annoyed that I've just died. So that's a good sign.
Yeah.
The mass amount of sales needed to earn anything with $2 is mind blowing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, on Steam, every 28 days you can go on sale. Oh, okay, off grid. Thank you. Yeah, I suppose you kind of got to know, what is the aim of this game? Are you doing this game to practice your craft, to get it done and released and move on, or are you hoping to make a little bit of revenue out of this, or is that just a side bonus, or where are you thinking with that? Obviously, money was
hoping
good.
I'm hoping to make revenue with it. The idea is that this year I have 3 games slated that I wanted to do. ITZY was the first. The second would be like another small kind of endless game, maybe with like kind of build around the framework of Itsy to make a second one.
Yeah.
Within another 3 or 4 months, and then make a slightly larger title by the end of the year. So the plan is hopefully for these to be commercially viable. I know that $2 is small, but it's also just me. So, I'm hoping that's why I'm keeping it solo. So like I'm paying out as little as possible. It just comes back to me for that. So we'll.
I think you also something that does get overlooked is I think when you set a game for a very low price. Oh, for Christ's sake! When you, stupid game, God.
Question. Sorry. Are you losing? Yeah, that's the fun. Are you losing because the game feels difficult, or are you losing because you lost?
No, I suck. That's why. No, I think something that does get overlooked is valuing your own craft. Like if you put something out for free all the time, or 10p, 20p, 50p, you're showing to the other people that you're selling it to that you don't value it particularly high. So you've got to be very careful about undervaluing your stuff, because it just shows that you don't have a value on it. So why would they? So sometimes giving something a proper value, again, it might only be $2, $3, $4. You might think that's fair, but going too cheap, it also can hurt you when people go scrolling. You just got to bear that in mind.
Huh? No, that's a good point. I guess in the back of my head, I always have this horror story of people that go on Steam and go like, "Endless Runner, why would you charge $4 or $5 for this? That's stupid," or something like that. But I guess having negative flippant reviews on Steam isn't something anybody can avoid.
No, but they're not your audience, are they? I mean, if they're
moaning,
that's true. If they're looking at not spending any money and moaning about they got a game for free and it's rubbish, then you don't want them buying your game, because they're going to just be moaning about anything. So it's very difficult. I don't think there's a right answer. I don't think there's a right answer to this thing. It's just where you feel comfortable selling your game. I don't think there's really any way of getting that right.
Yeah, no, yeah, definitely. And it might be after this, like, because the idea was going to be my endless runners would be like $1 to $2, and then I have like a mini Metroidvania I kind of want to make by the end of the year, like a game you can sort of beat in 4 to 5 hours, and that's what I'm like, oh, I charge $5 for that or something, but that still might be too small. Like the price range I'm working off of might be from 10 years ago, so that might be the problem.
Well, again,
I should actually go look at the Steam store and see
what else similar is for sale. I mean, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
But again, you got to think, you're not like a first-time developer learning his trade, just trying to figure it out. You are a seasoned developer moving in a new direction. You don't need to be selling stuff for 99 cents. Do you know what I mean? So I don't know. I mean,
I guess here's the question then. So like, if this is just an endless runner without the story, I would probably say $1, something like that. But I'm like, I don't know if the story brings it enough, or if it just brings enough of the right audience of people who want that kind of small story.
I've broken it.
That's what happens. That's what I'm talking about.
I can't say, because I don't know where the story's going and I don't know how deep it is. But it's definitely better than just endless runner for no reason.
It's so just the metrics on the story, so we can understand the extents of it a bit better. It's about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mini arcs. So each line you come across, right? Like every 10 lines, that's kind of a mini arc. So everything's kind of building up to that mini arc, and then it will go to the next arc and drop down and build up again. So every 10 lines, and I think there's 80 total.
Okay.
So you can probably play through it pretty quick. It's difficult, you might lose, which I will actually add. The other thing I wanted to bring up before, the thing I want to borrow from roguelikes is that every 10 lines you get past, if you lose, it will continue you past, like it will continue you further into the dialogue or something. So you're not like having to play through the same dialogue every time. Or I also have a flowchart out. This next month, I actually kind of want to make it where, like, say the first 10 lines you get through and you lose somewhere along the 13th line. On the next game loadout, rather than playing through the first 10 lines again, maybe there's like a truncated like 5 lines, or it just skips you past the first 10, you know, to the next set of lines. So that way there's a sense of progression on losing. Also, one of the features to go in this next month is going to be when you lose, it also changes the message every time at the start. So it starts to play on the, oh my god, why am I here again? I'm here again.
Okay. Yeah.
There'll be not branching, but there will be varying streams of like dialogue.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, it's a difficult one because with this sort of smaller style game, it is difficult to find out where it fits and who your audience is. Are you targeting mainly mobile players? Is that what you're targeting, or is it, or what? I don't know. I mean, that's the thing you have to find out. And what is the competition for these types of games? You know, because as much as you don't want to underprice yourself, you can't really sit at 25 quid. Do you know what I mean? It's because you're just going to kill yourself there. So yeah, it's just gonna. So yeah, I understand the problem.
4 months of work for $2, yeah.
Yeah, woo. But then if you get it out quick enough, and you know, is the value to you going to be the practice of releasing the game and implementing feedback and moving on to the next game? Is that going to be more valuable building up your portfolio than it is instead of charging $2 a game, you're charging $3? Is it going to make, you know what I mean? But
yeah, the trade-off, right? Like, because like in my head it was like, well, I just released this, charge for $2, and move on to the next game, kind of like, with the hope that doing Twitch, doing YouTube, there's other stream revenues, which I still have not solved the problem of yet, but I'm working on getting in there. that could come from. So like, if I could find an audience that likes cute, quirky stories or heartfelt stories. And they like smaller games, like something like that.
Yeah.
And if whether that's donations to my Ko-fi or whether that's Twitch subs, my hope is like if the game is cheap, but people like devs that make cheap games for people that are like some like the quality that could supplement. If that doesn't, I'm gonna be screwed. I might have to make a game.
Well, exactly. I mean, of course, you got to. Don't forget the 10 million I'm paying you to appear on this show.
Yeah.
You've budgeted that in.
Thank you all for showing up.
Yeah, thanks. But like I said, maybe your monetization is based around more, like I said, building a community of people that like to support you as a developer, and then you can package your 3 games or your 3 mini games up into a package and sell the package for $10, whatever it is. We do it that way, or people within the community can buy the game cheaper as a group than anyone else can. Do you know what I mean? You find different ways of doing it. I mean, again, what is the right way? Who knows? It's difficult because not many people. I don't speak to many people who do the sort of. I don't want to call it a mini game because it sounds like it's downplaying it, but the smaller scale games. I think people, which is the right way, because I think some people just jump into it, and like you said, like we've spoken about before, you jump in and you're trying to release World of Warcraft, and you wonder why it's taking forever. It's like, Alsip, just back. Gotta say, this game looks awesome. My approach is majority of my game will be free, but a Euro DLC will unlock 2 more levels and some cosmetics. Okay, there's another whole way of doing it. Absolutely.
Well, I actually considered making people pay for the arachnophobia slider. Sorry. So they can turn on the arachnophobia and it blurs out your character.
Yeah. Can we just have like little other ladybirds instead? I want a 3D printed spider. No.
Oh, good.
If I were to give you some advice, make yourself a set of storytelling systems that iterate on a single concept with different stories. You'll find an audience quickly. Yeah, nice, Daredevil. That's a good idea.
No, yeah, absolutely. That's actually the plan for this, to take this dialogue system and move it over to... I have the next game I want to do based on my Husky and how we got abandoned and rescued. But doing that, but slightly different. But
yeah.
We're using systems. Yeah, it's good.
And then you could tie it all together at the end with an abandoned spider pet who gets rescued.
Can you pet the spider? Press X to not pet the spider.
Yeah. Links to resources. Dev. What are we talking about here? Also, which engines? This is Game Maker, by the way.
Yeah.
Oh, SIP. Game Maker. Okay. Well, I think I think you've done a great start there. I enjoyed the gameplay. Like I said, that was my only. Again, I think audio is going to be super important because it always is to me.
60%. We have in cinematics. We always say audio 60% of the scene.
Yeah. You know? So I think having some really crisp, like slightly reverby audio, with the background sounds, like you're in a pipe. You're in a pipe, so it needs to be slightly reverby, kind of like
big.
Yeah, like cavernous field about, because you're only a little spider, so it needs to feel like a bit of an epic sort of like lonely place. Do you know what I mean? And so that's. I was
watching a video about that, about like storytelling and audio, 100%.
Yeah.
Like for example, you're tiny. You want this water to feel big, so you might actually break down the sound to be the sound from when you hear the water coming versus the sound when the water's pouring around you versus the sound when you're inside the water being pulled down. That'd be cool to.
I think so, and having that anticipation of like panic when you can hear the water like building in the distance. And again, this might sound like over-engineered for a smaller project, but that's what makes this small project better than all the others, because you've actually gone out and gone, wow, what's that sound? It sounds like rushing water. Oh, it's getting closer. The fact that you haven't just gone turn the tap on. You know what I mean? You've got that sort of building, like that rumble start. Because you do when you start that sort of that water rumble that you hear in the distance, and you see them, you're like, what's that sound? If you get that feel when you're playing it, you're already like, oh my god, there's water coming, and then you're in. There's your story building just from audio alone. Even if there's no text, you don't even need text there, just the audio. So if you can get that nailed on right and get that real nice, I also think like the web sticking. If you can get a nice sound for that, again, you got to make sure it's not annoying, because you're doing a lot of it. So it can't be really like annoying sound, but it's still got to be kind of
again and again and again,
cute and on brand. It's got to sound like a spider web, hasn't it? So playing with all that stuff, it's going to be super interesting.
I want a progression to the sound of like both the screw head and that like metal strip, so that way like they sound like as it gets, it shows progression by getting bigger. That you're doing something to it, and it will end interaction at some point, or how long before the metal comes off. If it has like you can hear it in the sound. They're like, oh, it's about to snap off. Like. Yeah, that'd be kind of cool.
Yeah, it would be cool. Yeah, but so I think like I said, audio is going to be super important for this. Even though people are going to be playing it mainly on mobile devices.
Sorry. I just imagine the look in the face of all the different audio engineers I've seen, where like that's the part that they hate about their job the most, where they'll go and do this great amount of audio work. Mixing things together, they're in there for days and days and days, and then they have to do the test of listening to it through shitty earbuds, or watching somebody just turn the volume off. So it's
I know, it's like and they're watching it on like a phone with like a mono speaker on it. You're like, oh my god. But that's the reality, isn't it? And the thing is,
you have to work through it.
That's again, like I said, it's the maximum effort in the areas that most people skip, and they think, do you know what? They're going to be watching it on crappy speakers, so I won't bother. That's the difference. If you go, I'm going to bother. So the small percentage of people who listen to it on headphones and are actually paying attention will go, whoa, the audio on this is incredible. Then that is when they go, there's your person who thinks, damn, that guy's good. I'm gonna find out what else he's done. Again, you might only be a couple of people to do that, but that's the difference, isn't it?
Yeah. Wow. No, absolutely. Yeah, no, definitely. So audio is definitely part of my dessert too, so that's what I was kind of holding out for this month. And then the leaderboard is going to be super important. Like, as you can see, I had the UI stubbed in essentially, but there's a bunch of server client stuff to deal with. I'm going to try out with Loot Locker, I think. I was researching them. Okay, they run a service that you can do your leaderboards through and your rewards and achievements in your game.
Nice.
And they have like a whole website, so that way you can they have this whole control panel. It's really cool. Not just for Game Maker, not just for Android.
Okay.
Yeah. I think they do it it's free until you have 10,000 people putting their scores on there, and then they start charging.
No, of course. But again, then if you've
But
got
10,000 times $2 is, I'd be okay with that.
fair enough. That's fair enough. Okay, so now let's move on.
Yeah.
And there's two more things I want to discuss. I want to discuss updates for next month. I want to find out where you're planning to be, which is, of course, we'll do that towards the end. But first of all, I want to just, again, I don't want to turn this into a marketing show because I always will. But I want to just ask about what efforts towards marketing have you been doing this month, and what sort of things, what kind of posts, or what kind of, is it a certain video or art post, or is it certain, what things have been working for you, or what things have you been doing but you haven't really noticed any growth? Where are you sitting with the sort of marketing of the game? How much have you been doing?
So a little bit of context, and then I'll get to the point.
Yeah. Sure,
this past month, there was kind of broken up between falling a little headfirst into the work. I think I dropped off on marketing probably one of the weeks.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was back on this past couple weeks. By being back on, I mean backing on Twitter and Twitch. I've noticed on Twitch, I've ripped the Band-Aid off, and rather than just sticking to, Monday, Wednesday, Friday afternoons, I'm just jumping on and streaming my dev now, just because.
Okay.
Because this is the ADHD autism thing, like diagnosed we're talking about, like where like I need to verbally process my thoughts. It's really annoying for my husband because I have to like talk about it all the, like I can't crystallize what I'm thinking until like I say it or I write it or I record it or something.
I do the same. I have to say it out loud. It's not
Perfect.
real. It's not real until I've heard it out loud, even out of my own mouth.
And then I say it, I'm like, oh no, that was stupid. and then so what's been helpful for Twitch is that I can jump on and I can just, even if I'm just talking to myself, people will kind of join in the conversation and I respond back. I thought I wouldn't be able to do code because how do you stop coding to do code on Twitch? How do you stop to read the chat when you're deep in thought about something? I'm like, well, no, it actually works out perfect because it forces me to verbally process when I'm stuck.
Yeah.
Because rather, I don't want to sit on camera for 10 minutes twiddling a value. I need to be like, no, why is this not working?
Yeah, it
Walk
does.
through the steps. And then, hey, content, So Twitch is getting a little bit better. I'm just posting more. For Twitter, this goes back to the autism thing. Like I have to fail against all the walls of something before I understand all the walls, and then I can do it. So when I'm learning with Twitch, there's 3 different contexts when you're posting about your company and your game on Twitch that are important to post about. The first one I was already doing, posting about my game or posting about my company, which is fine. The second one is, so one is you post about your company. One is you post about your dev progress. That's the next context. And I was doing those and I wasn't really getting too much feedback. And then the third context that I was missing that I'm starting to do now, post about myself.
Yeah.
Which is tricky. Because if I post about myself, because you always kind of want it going back to the studio, because it is my studio handle. But if I'm on a walk in a park and I want to take a picture of something pretty, I can do. But I can work it back to. I was in, taking my break from dev in the park, Yeah. And it's nice. And here's so it's like, because you also want it that if somebody finds that random tweet as their first tweet from you.
Yeah.
And it says nothing about the game to link them back, then I don't know. You want to send out a tweet that's like, this isn't about advertisement or my company, but don't forget that I have a company.
Yeah.
Anyways, those are the 3 contexts I see.
No, it's super important.
Yeah.
Again, because I've said this before. Again, I tried. If you're a studio and I'm just trying to find the best way of saying it. If you're a studio and you're posting about your game, the problem a lot of devs end up doing is they start posting about their game all the time. Great.
Yeah.
And then they go the other way, and then they just start using it as their personal Twitter, and then they start replying to political people, or they start replying to Elon Musk about stuff. Yeah. Elon Musk, you suck, or whatever. It's like, just, do you know what I mean, or whatever. They just start replying to stuff, and it's like, it's okay to have some personal, like you said, I'm going for a walk. Like I said, I post something, again, it's different for me because I'm a creator, it's a bit different, but I post I'm going on my morning walk by the beach. Yeah. This is what it looks like today, or whatever I'm posting about. But you still, if you post 10 tweets on your Twitter, it's okay to have one, maybe two of those as personal ones.
Yes.
And then the others as gameplay ones. So if I go to your Twitter profile, I shouldn't have to scroll down too far to start seeing screenshots or video clips or whatever. There should be mainly clips about your game. But again, they don't always have to sound like an advert either. You can just talk about it without advertising. And then you just put like, oh, there's me getting my hair cut, which I've never posted, but you know what I mean.
Ain't never gonna happen. Like, well, yeah, that's why like it's that like it's really delicate balance because it's like you want to do the advertisements, talk about your company, but like you pepper in like personal stuff so that people kind of like see. It's once again you're trying to sell the story of the person behind the company. Yeah. That's kind of what it is. That's
because you are an indie. That is the draw to a lot of people is the fact that you are an indie. You are a real person. They want to see that it's not you and 10,000 other people behind you coding. It's just you in your bedroom in your sweatpants.
Yeah, I'm definitely not AI. No, this is real. I swear. I can hold stuff. See, AI can't hold stuff. That's not true. No,
they're saying it's X now, you Gen Xers. Thank you. I'm a millennial. Thank you very much.
Like, see, this is the problem with name changes and naming conventions. And any developer should have been aware of that before they changed the name of Twitter to realize that nobody's going to update the name.
Yeah, it's Twitter.
It's just, I'm a big proponent of naming conventions and not breaking conventions. Oh, one thing I wanted to add. So, trying to break down like it's like the imitation game, right? Trying to break down the math behind Twitter and X and whatever. One other thing I noticed was, so the posts they do, the platforming posts that they do every day, Screenshot Saturday, Throwback Thursday, whatever, like, those are really cool. Those are really helpful. I love that they do those. The thing that I've noticed is that there's more than one of them. There's a number of them. And the UX that happens if I find like 5 of them on Screenshot Saturday and I go to all 5 of them on Screenshot Saturday and I repost my Etsy video to each 5 of them, the UX for that for all people following me turns into they see me continually posting the same picture, right? The same video because they see it for every time I post it. So it's a math game I play now. So when I go on Screenshot Chat or whenever those platforming posts come out, you play the game of how many comments does it have before I post on it. Because if you post on it when it's got 30 comments, you'll be at the bottom, no one's going to see it, and you're going to annoy all your followers for posting the same thing 5 times a day. But if you get on there early in the morning and it's only got like 4 or 5 comments on it, I pick 1 or 2 of the day and I do those ones and that's it. Like I don't know if that's good or not, but it's just like I'm learning that there's that trade-off of like I want to plaster my stuff everywhere, but if I do that, I may bother the people that
if you are going to post them in several different places, then just stagger the time.
Yes,
that's all. Because again, you don't have to just post it once. You can just if you're going to put it on, you're going to reply to 3 Screenshot Saturdays or whatever. Just stagger them. Simple as that. I mean, it's just the way it is. I mean,
that's a good idea. Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
And then also, I just kind of realized everybody's playing the same game too, which is why you see like posting and reposting happening. I'm like, but it's like I'm starting to understand the underneath part of Twitter. Right before it was like I'm posting my stuff. That's great. Now I'm like, okay, how do we?
Exactly. Well, one thing I don't like. There's a lot of things I don't like, but one of the things I don't like is if I do a show me your game. Everybody, because I do that now and again. I'm trying to give developers a platform here. So I put out, like the one I'd done the other day was I did a Wishlist Wednesday for people who are not on Steam. I said, okay, Wishlist Wednesday is really for Steam. But if your game's not on Steam, what have you got? Show me what you've got. So send me your game that isn't on Steam, so you still get to take part in Wishlist Wednesday without having to, have a Steam page. And what I don't like, again, this is probably just a personal thing, but what I don't like is when people basically quote their own tweet as a reply. For me, it's like, don't do that. Craft a new tweet to reply to my comment, or not my tweet, anybody, all of them. If you're going to reply to a comment, if you're going to reply to a Screenshot Saturday, don't just post an old tweet of one you've done already. Craft a new post.
Okay. That's good to know because that's actually something that I wasn't. I was just kind of following what people were doing on that, which was like reposting whatever one of the.
Here you go. Here here you go,
Yeah.
and then just post an old tweet. I'm like, I don't want here you go. Reply to me. Just say, hey, Richard, that's cool. Thanks very much. I'm making this really cool game. Look at this. Actually make it like a human's tweeted it, not a bot's just gone, oh, yeah, I found one that matches. Here you go. I really don't like that. Again, I moan
that's
about
good.
that's just me. I moan about everything, so don't listen to me. But that's what I would do.
That's what getting to like know all like the hidden stuff is all about. So I appreciate hearing things like that.
Yeah.
Baz had a question about, are you not posting to other developers and not your target market? Okay. So that's actually one of the things I wanted to do this month, because like I've only been like out in indie for 3 months now. So it's like so I always have to study things deeply before I can understand it. So that right now is what I'm doing for Twitter. I'm like figuring out all these like underlying things. As far as finding, one of the things I want to do this next month that isn't just development for Etsy, I want to get better about finding out how to find where my audience is. I have a couple different things already that I'm going to plan to do, but it's like I'm not good at context switching. So if I'm on game, I'm on game. Like I can do Twitter and I can do Twitch, but like if I'm not going to do a deep dive research on about what I can make, is like
it's not X. We're saying Twitter.
Yeah.
No, go away, Baz. Go away. Go away with your X's.
No, it's what's it? I want to start researching. It's YouTubers looking at Facebook groups, looking at Twitter, like looking at communities and things like that for like, people that play mobile games, people that play this, and I'm like, and I can't just join those and go, hey, buy my game. I have to like join them and like I have to inure them to me, you know. I have to like talk to them and like seem pleasant before I promote. Making my own hashtags, like learning all the other I'm like, there's no community for this. I guess I'll make my own community and like post a bunch of mobile game stuff so that I can post my stuff. Whatever that has to be, you know.
Yeah, I mean, that is the golden question. So Off-Grid Game Dev is in here somewhere. So I'm working with Off-Grid doing I'm just doing some very light, like an hour a week, like Twitter posting for him. So I'm just going on and just trying to help him grow his brand new account for his new game. Now, the game is very Stardew Valley-esque. It's a pixel art farming game. You know, it's going to get compared to Stardew Valley because it just is. It's inspired by that anyway. But it's an off-grid version with no combat. So that's the differential there. And so what I was doing, again, I had to switch from being a creator looking for people to like, how do I find an audience of people for this game? Because it has no audience. You know, like Off-Grid, but your main account has got no followers at all, really. So there's no like history of followers to jump to reply to, you know, to count on. Yeah, sorry, Off-Grid. But so it's like, okay, so how do we basically start a brand new studio? How do you start it from nothing? And the game is very Stardew Valley-esque. So the obvious thing to start is go onto Twitter, go onto X, whatever you like. Go into the Explore and just search up Stardew Valley hashtags, because that's the closest game and that's the kind of genre of people you're looking for. So you just search for Stardew Valley and then you just spend 10 minutes, 15 minutes scrolling through the latest or top posts, however you want to, it doesn't really matter. Just scroll through until you find posts from people that look interesting or who are well crafted. So they're putting like, oh yeah, people are building stuff in Stardew Valley and done this epic farm or whatever. They're really good. And then you see like, I'm streaming it live here. You're like, okay, so then there's your chance. I'm going, okay, that's someone who streams the game and they are creating content around Stardew Valley and they obviously love it. So follow them first of all. That's the first thing to do. Follow that person because they're relevant to your game. And the next thing is reply to them. Hey, this looks really cool. You don't say anything about your game. Don't mention your own game. You say, hey there, I love what you've done with the farm here. That looks really cool. That's a really good idea. That's it. It's all you have to put. Go on to the next one. And if they reply to thank you very much, you get a chance to mention your game. And if you've named your account properly, people, name them properly. If you've named it properly, you don't have to mention your game because it will be obvious in the title of your name. So it will say, so Off-Grid's new account is, what's the username? See, I'm having to think. Loinkum. Loinkum is the studio name, but but the Twitter is named Off Grid Life, which is the name of the game. And again, the game name makes sense because it's about living off grid. So all they've got to do is see the reply. And don't forget, every time you reply to someone, you've all seen that they get a notification, and it will be notified Off Grid Life has replied to your comment.
Yeah.
And you're just putting your game name into the mind of the people that you should be reaching, that are Stardew Valley fans, and you just keep replying to everybody who's talking about Stardew Valley, and then eventually you're going to get people naturally crossing over. Or we've had some people say, "Oh, cool, your game looks really cool," because if they go onto the profile of Loinkum, I can never say it properly. I say it different every time. Loinkum. If you go onto the profile of Loinkum, you will see it's not just absolute waffle posts replying to Elon Musk about being an idiot. It's posts about the game. Here's a cool game. This is our off-grid game. You'll see the pinned tweet. It'll explain what the game is. It'll show a screenshot or a video. So you see the pinned one straight away. But then you're going to start seeing replies to like Wish This Wednesday or whatever. You're going to see the pictures. You're going to see images straight away. They've got to do no work. You need to remove the resistance of finding out about your game. And you don't have to tell people all the time if you set it up properly in the first place, because they will just naturally see it. And then you look like a normal human being just trying to make a cool game without having to force your advert on everybody.
Yep. I think that's kind of what I'm learning, because I was going so hard on just trying to like promote. Because I'm like, I can do that. Look, we'll share gifts. We'll share this. We'll share this. It's just like,
yeah, which is natural. I totally understand.
Which is good. But if you miss the human component, if you miss the like, oh, they said something funny, I just want to say something back that's funny, but not promote. Like I forget. Yeah. It's like it's remembering to do that part.
And every reply is a promotion, but it's just a natural stealthy one. So because every reply they're going to see your name popping up every time you reply. You don't have to tell them. You don't have to say, yeah, that's really funny. I did that. I'm making a game called Off Grid Life. You should check it out. You don't have to do that because they're going to see it in the reply anyway.
That's really funny. Like my game.
Yeah, exactly. And don't forget, it's all these platforms. I know they're used for marketing, and again, I'm using Twitter for marketing and connecting with people. You're all doing the same, but it's not a marketing platform. It's a social network. It's a social platform first. It just happens to be good at marketing. It's good for that purpose. So you just got to remember to treat it as a social platform first that you can use for marketing, not the other way around.
Yeah. Okay. You know what? Sorry, that reminds me though. This is one thing I learned on Twitch recently. You probably already know this, but when you're talking about what the naming and how important that is for how that shows up for other users, if you take a look at the left panel for Twitch right now, like so it's the handle and the name of the video. So what I've started doing is just like I would. In my videos, anytime I would try to use something for clout to get people to come watch me, i.e., hey, I'm a AAA to indie, or I'm like, or X-Power or something, I would always bury that in the title. But now I'm like, if I put like AAA to indie, like that becomes like the beginning of the video name plus all the rest of the description, because that's what people will see on that side panel. Yeah,
and you've got to remember again, like if you're doing a YouTube video now, you wouldn't name it Itsy Spider minigame. You'd name it Ex BioWare developer creates brand new indie game. You'd lead with the thing that makes people go, Ex BioWare developer, or you know what I mean? You need the intrigue straight away. You need that straight away. So don't make people work for it.
Yeah. 100%.
Dyer says even the publishers often add the name of their current games to their Twitter name. Absolutely, which is what they should be doing if they're any good. But you're right, absolutely right. Dev, I'm using a similar tactic. I, however, made the mistake of not talking about the game during development. Yeah, a big mistake, which you've learnt now. So there you go. So there's not a great deal to share what's going to be different of what's already shown. Yeah, so you're showing the final product, and it's like, that's great, but you've limited your content already, haven't you? Whereas like if you're starting it from day one and it looks like a stick man, whatever, throwing a bit of bread, and then by the end of it looks like Elden Ring, people are going, oh my god, how have you done that? And you can say, well, I'll take it. I mean, you're just opening conversations up, which is the key thing. I'm going to sneeze again.
Preemptively.
Polyus, as they say in Latvia. Yeah, so anyway, okay, so that's enough marketing for all you anti-marketers over there. It was tied to a publisher for a chunk of its development and then parked it while we did work. Oh, okay, fair enough, Dead. I understand. So, let's move on to the final. Yeah, actually, I'll tell you what I will tell you before we move on to the final section. Now I've hit thank you. Now we've hit 6,000 followers on Twitter. Wait, X, whatever. You're gonna make me do that all the time now. I did say so. I'm actually launching my Video Gaming X website today. And it's good. Again, don't hate me. I'm not a web developer. I'm not a web designer. I'm not Paul, friend of the show. Paul, hello, best friend, hello. I'm not Paul. He's the genius website person. He has had nothing to do with this whatsoever. So, okay, I'm taking all blame from Paul away here. He did the Virtual Indie Biz website, which is gorgeous, and everybody compliments him on all the time. But the Video Gaming X one is mine. And I wanted it to be mine because I didn't want to harass Paul again for another website. He's done so many for me over the years. And also I wanted to be able to sort of butcher it without him going, what have you done? So I've created the Video Game X website. And on there, I'm going to be building it out. So there's going to be like, you'll be able to find links to all my content. There's going to be some like reviews, written reviews. I'm going to be building it up over time. But right now it's just the main sort of focus of what the channel is and what you can expect from me and stuff. And there's also like, if you want to work with me, there's a section for working with me. I've actually put 4 services up there. If you want to work with me, if you want me to, you can this sounds like a different website. You can hire me by the hour. Oh yeah. So if you want me to do some social media management, talking to again, my superpower is connecting to people and with people. If you need like creator outreach, because I get the emails from you guys, they suck. Stop, it's rubbish. So, which is fair enough because it's not your area of skills. I can't code to save my life. So if you would like,
with bold at the top.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So if you would like me to do creator outreach for you and actually speak to creators, and again, I've got a pretty big network of creators and developers now. So I do pull some little sneaky strings for reviews and stuff. But hey, that's the friendships I've built up, and that's the benefit. So if you do want to hire me for just an hour, you can do it an hour at a time. It's £25, and then you just say to me, look, I'll pay you £25, and I'll just spend that hour either in one big chunk or spread out over a week, like I'm doing with Off-Grid. Spreading it out over a week. I just log in, do some twittering for him, reply to some people, post some screenshots, and then just log back out again. Simple as that. But if that's interesting to you, then you can do that. You can hire me for that. If you want a custom video made for your game that you can put on your Steam page, that's me just playing the game. So the video you put up is not of you playing the game in the sale, which you don't get the reaction because you're a developer, you know what it's like. But if I can do this, I've done it for the Bernard game, so that's live on Steam. If you go to the Steam page now, you can see me playing there, and I just give I don't fake it. I play games how you see me playing games on here. I go, God's sake, and that's how I play games when I'm not streaming. So it's exactly the same. I play it all natural, and then I just give you the video, and you can do whatever you like with it. So and that's it. And the other thing I do is Twitter video deep dive for your Twitter page. So I get this a lot. I get a lot of people saying, can you check out my Twitter page and tell me what's wrong with it? And I've done them on stream, and I get so many requests, so I've decided to add it as a service. So I will just go onto your Twitter page, X page. I'm going to say Twitter in the video, it's tough. And then I'll just record myself like this, looking at your page, and I'll say, that's wrong, change this, I suggest you do that, that's really good, do more of this, and I'll just talk you through your whole Twitter page and tell you what you are doing right or wrong and where you can make some improvements. So that is another service I'm doing as well. Are you responsible for Lilia's stream? Which one? Are you talking about Rose Cottage? Yes, so Lilia, again, the stream I said was very good. So she was a streamer that Rose Cottage game was a big fan of. I'd never heard of Lilia before. Shoot me now. So I contacted her completely cold, and asked her about the game and spoke to her like a human. And she actually did a video saying, without knowing me, she did a video saying how impressed with an email she got from somebody was. And she said she doesn't normally read all the emails because, like me, she gets a load of junk emails. But she said that my email came through and really impressed her, and it was the first one she actually replied to. Because, again, I know what creators want in an email because I am one. So I am responsible for Lilia's video. She did a Rose Cottage review, which she did an amazing job at the review. Go and watch her review. It's such a wonderful review. So if you're looking for someone, don't spam her emails now, please. Come on. But if you want to check out a really nice review and how a review should be, just of a demo, highly impressed. So I'll share some links now before we get on to the final part of the show. I'll do that. I used to watch her videos a lot for a couple of years. Yeah, absolutely. She's fabulous. She's really nice. And now we're friends. We chat now. It's cool. It's very nice. It's connections. I love talking to new people. It's wonderful. Yeah, well, some new people. Some people suck, but you know what I mean. So let me.
You lose them.
So I'll share a video of the Rose Cottage. And again, we don't mind this. Please go and wishlist Rose Cottage. It's so good. But you'll see. Watch this video. It's a new video for Lilia as well. So she needs all the help with the algorithm because it's a new style video, which normally means that YouTube's just like, nope, not showing it to anybody. So here is the video. I'll do that. Yeah. There's the video. Go and make sure you follow her on YouTube as well, but again, she's a big YouTuber. 74,000 subscribers she's got. Super impressive. She's done a great job. And the video's really good. That's that one. And then I've got one more for you. And then we'll actually talk about proper stuff of Ash's game. I've lost all pages. I've lost everything. I've got so many tabs open. It's criminal. So there you go. So my website, again, I'm not a designer, all right? My website is videogameax.com. Simple as that. And there you go. There's a link to it. So check it out. Head to the work with me section if you want to work with me. If you don't, then don't bother. I do have a Substack newsletter. If you want to sign up, it's free. You can sign up for that. I send out random email updates when I can. And there you go. So let me know, everybody. Okay. So thanks for letting me waffle on for 10 minutes.
That was good stuff.
Let's carry on with Itsy. So Itsy.
Yeah.
So let's think about. I want to think about the next show now. We'll start planning about the next show. I'm looking at my calendar. So 4 weeks time, Ash. 4 weeks time is the 2nd of May.
Okay. Ooh, day after my birthday.
Is it? Yeah. 21. Well done.
Wow. I haven't been that age for a while.
Yeah, I don't remember it either. So that makes it the 2nd of May for the next show, for the follow-up for this. So on the 2nd of May, what would you like to have achieved in your game by then? What are you aiming for? So
I kind of want to get it as close to what I would consider ship as possible. So there's the audio, the leaderboards. I think the tweaking on difficulties coming in pretty okay. Like watching you play today and watching other people, I'm like, it's getting close enough to there. I think we should be feature complete. No, we should be feature complete if I want to ship. I think it's going to be... I'm trying to think of it's probably just going to be a lot of other little niddly things.
Okay.
The end game should be there. The save load should be there. So there should be a solution for what happens when you play X amount of lines of dialogue. Does it save your state? Does it skip past some? Does it sum up the dialogue? What does it do? That like dialogue spider thoughts should be done and available. I'm probably thinking I'm going to start needing to get into the console specific changes.
Okay.
So like on like you see the game right now, it's like 1138 pixels tall. So what it needs to do when it goes to mobile, it needs to be able to be whatever that height is.
Yeah.
And then on no, you can actually maybe help me with this. From your playthrough on Steam or whatever the PC version is going to be, when it's full screen, it's vertical stack in the middle and black boxes on the side.
Yeah.
I could actually try to do like art or like put the scores on the side, like for the PC version. Or is it better to have it? So was it better? The one I want to ask is, was it better when you set it to windowed and it was just like the nice little vertical chunk that you could stick somewhere on your screen? Or would you want something that's like 16:9 widescreen with like fills on the side?
I think for me, if there was a way of doing this, I would have it. I would have options of a windowed mode and just do it like that. I would say a windowed mode which just gives me that where I can almost dock it to the side of my windows and have a quick
like
go.
Tetris or something.
Yeah. And I can have a quick go while it's there.
Yeah.
But if it's full screen, I think that's a lot of black.
Yeah.
But just a very watered down image in the background, I think would be okay.
Yeah. Okay. So like if it's because like do something with the black, essentially like I think I might be missing things for the stores, but I'm thinking after like the next. I'm sure when we show stuff, people might be like, oh, did you consider this like for Steam or for iOS or I need to. Oh God, Xcode. I don't want to deal with Xcode.
Daredev says have panels that change as the game progresses.
That's what you know. What I considered actually having like the dialogue box like pop up on the side in certain parts if you're playing widescreen.
I suppose that's another option. I mean, like you can read
score. Yeah. And I put the score that's at the top. I can move that to the side. Like all the pause buttons, everything that's covering up the screen, I can like essentially move that over.
It depends how much work, because again, you got to remember you're trying to do this as quick as possible. So you don't want to give yourself another 3 months work trying to rearrange the UI for every single screen resolution. It's just a waste of time.
100%. Yeah, and as you die inside. So it's kind of like, is the juice worth the squeeze? Like
again,
it might just be fine letting it go to window. So it's like a lot of things like that. Basically, I want to have it where like it's ready to go either for Android or PC.
Mm-hmm.
And oh god, iOS. Okay, I'm sorry, I'm dying inside.
iOS for the win.
I'm like flashing back to like 2013, making mobile games and Unity and exporting out to Xcode and. And I'm like, I debated it. I'm like, but I'm like, I'd be cutting out myself out of a really big market if I didn't put it to. So it's kind of like one of those things where like I might try to get the game as done as it can, and then there's going to be a bunch of like after I boxed it up, I have to like make a bunch of other layers, like making sure it works with all.
I mean, that's you're gonna have to. So Daredev's got a couple of things. He says, as you're pushing a narrative, just static art to add to that story. Yeah, that makes sense. Like I said, I think just like almost like a watermark art, because you don't want it crazy, because it's just going to be really confusing if it's colourful, and it needs to be very faded. For me, like I don't notice it unless I look at it. I don't want it like in my face, because you don't want to, because it's hard enough to concentrate on the game anyway, because you've got a lot to pay attention to. So you're going to have to do something to support iPad. There you go, says Daredev. Yeah, because my daughter would play it on the iPad. Personally, I don't mind UI over black bars. Okay, though it's more interesting when the viewboard has some breakup instead of being a straight hard edge. That's a good Geo. That's an interesting idea. So the game is kind of blending into the sides. You mean?
Yeah.
Again, that is probably something. You're right. That would probably look lovely, but is that going to really hit the development time? I don't know. I'm just asking. I have no idea.
Yeah. I will have to, so I have to be really judicious about where I spend my time with the art. Because that takes a while. Usually it's probably gonna be like a day per image, kind of, or like a little less than that. I don't know. Depends on the thing. So but I played around there with the idea of like, well, maybe it might be kind of cool because you want the warmth and the sun, and maybe like just crop slightly outside of the pipe. You see some of the warmth, but I'm like, but narratively, Itzy's not supposed to see it or know about it, and we're with Itzy, so like, I'd rather like.
Yeah.
So
you are seeing the confined tunnel, aren't you?
Right. Until you get to the end.
So yeah, whoa. So could it just be like the sides of the building in the distance? You know what I mean, or some trees or something? I understand.
Yeah.
But actually, I did want to say one thing. Baz the Dev said, "Sorry, my Twitch gave up. Could the app be ad supported?" Ugh.
Potentially.
Yeah.
Not probably at first. But if I put this thing out and like 2 months later, I'm like, wow, I made $2. I'd be like, okay, time for ads.
Yeah, turn them on. Beep, beep, beep. Okay,
Turn them on.
So one question I had is, how are you dealing with testing? Because it's such a short time frame. How are you getting testers to test this in any sort of frame time at all?
My my husband. I think I have a couple of friends that I can hand this out to. I probably have about a handful of about 5 to 7 friends. 5 to 7 friends sounds like a band. Like
it does.
Anyway.
It does sound like in the 90s. But like, could like people in the chat here, could there be a build for the community that they could do some testing for you? That we could just do like almost on stream. Like people could give you feedback now. If they go off and play the game and give you some little feedback on some tests, just so you get a bit of testing for from different setups that people you don't know as such. What if that's
I definitely would consider that. The only thing that I probably want to solve is like you saw with today. It's like, well, I'm kind of handing out the build, and it's like, I do have like a public version where I turn off, where it goes and I turn off like features. So it's like, but at the same time, the people we have in the chat are really good for feedback. So like, I could see
we're all friends here. We're all friends.
Yeah,
here. We're all constructive. Yeah. It's not like you're still going out to the random internet, is it? We are all here. Yeah. We're all here. We're all watching. We're watching you develop this game, and we all understand the story, and we all understand what you're trying to achieve. So it's not like we're going, this is crap, mate. It don't work. It's don't work. Yeah, we've watched it. We know why it doesn't work.
Oh yeah.
So if that's an option.
I don't mind feedback like that. It's more the like, I love everybody to death, but I just don't want to hand out the game and somebody goes, oh cool, I'm going to submit this to something, and I'm like, I don't. So it's like, I need to find ways to kind of like block or shut off some parts. I'm actually kind of like, do wider testing. Could
we do like almost like a private Discord channel and invite people into it?
Yeah.
So like if you're in, so we could set up a beta build testing channel, and we just make it private, and anybody who's here that wants access to it, give us your Discord name and we'll invite you into the channel so you can find the link to download it with the without distributing it. But again, with names that we recognize who are here every week. Please don't let me I'm not trying to press you into this, and it needs to be you're happy with it. But that kind of thing we could do a little bit of like public private testing where we can talk about it on stream, and people can say, I played it, I had this problem, and then we find out that they've got some like 100-inch TV that they're playing it on, and they wonder why. Yeah. Do you know what I mean?
Or like you put it on Android and they're using like I don't know, some Russian like Android phone that came out 6 years ago.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, it doesn't work on this.
Exactly. But if everybody here, I think most people here are developers, aren't they? So they kind of understand it. So again, have a think about it for next week or next month. Or if you want to do it beforehand and everyone wants to get involved, we'll put it in the Discord channel. I'll set up a private channel, and then we'll talk about doing some sort of private testing if you want, if that's another option, just so you've got more people to play it, because it's such a short period of time, you're never going to have enough people to test it.
Yeah. No, I agree. Yeah. No, I definitely see the value in something like that.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. All right.
Yeah.
I think especially for next week, because for the next stream you are going to be 80% complete.
Yeah. So
it's probably a great time to be testing, because the mechanics and the play should be done by then. I assume it should be complete, because the other 20% is going to be tweaking text and tweaking bits, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm going to sneeze again. What's going on?
I'll wait till you're done.
Apologies. Oh my god.
You get snow mold over there. We get snow mold here. It's driving my head crazy. I'm taking a Lego already.
Snow mold?
Yeah. When that snow melts in the springtime, all of the mold and everything that were underneath it for like the past 6 months is now in the air.
That we don't get snow.
Sorry, quick story. We moved here 10
on.
years ago, and for the past 10 years, I play the game of like, is it an alien mind virus or is it snow mold? Because I'll feel like I have server client desync in my head.
No, we don't get snow here, so it's definitely not that.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, no, definitely not that.
We are snow resistant.
The rain.
Okay, yeah. So by next week, by next stream, you should be most of the way done. Again, 2/3 of the way done, whatever it is.
Yeah.
And then if we get a chance to be able to do some testing there, we can set that up next show, and then just get a bit of feedback that maybe you haven't had before. Maybe it's something like that.
If I actually, question on the playtesting. I'm just now trying to get my Steam page up. I'm dealing with foreign tax stuff right now, which is great. Yay, game dev. That's the stuff they never tell you about. Is it possible to set up a playtest on stream where like you're not sending builds to people, but they could just play it from stream? Because I think that's how I was playing Treacherous Journeys.
Is it possible?
I don't know if that's or Dyer's game. Yeah.
Is it possible to do? Say that again. What are you trying to do? Say it again.
So instead of sending out builds to people, like when you set up your game as to be play testable on Steam.
Oh. They can play.
Does that mean there's a little bit more control on the back end about like when people have it and when it's accessible and things? I don't know.
Chat. Find out. Chat. Does anybody know about that? That's interesting. What about Dev? Do you know something about that? That sounds like something you would know about.
I think that's how I play tested Dyer's game.
Off-grid says, off-grid. Yes, you can set that up. You can add testers to your account. Okay, there you go. Right. Okay.
Well, we'll see about doing that. I finally got past the big hurdle today with Steam, so hopefully I'll be able to get a page up soon.
So do you have a Discord or anything?
I do, and it's empty, and it's great. No, I do. Actually, I've been meaning to like get the Discord linked into like when I'm streaming, but I don't know. It's kind of like, well, most of the chatters are in the Twitch stream anyway, and it's like one of the two people. Like I haven't like been like, oh, let's move you all to my Discord chat.
Yeah. Again, I think it's important. Again, if you're looking to build a community around an idea or whatever you're doing, I reckon it's worth. I think it's worth doing. I mean, like, give us a link. Send me the link now and I'll share it. Cool. If you want, so if anybody wants to like. Again, because we can do the testing via your Discord, doesn't have to be mine, but I mean, like, you can set up a private channel in yours and share it with it. So if anybody wants to join, actually, I'm just going to order you all. Can you all go and join the Discord that we're going to share? Go and join Ash's Discord, and then you can keep up on the game. And it kind of, I mean, don't look at anything because you need the update for next week here, all right? So don't look at anything, but you can go and join and go and get in the community. Because I think this is important. This is what I'm saying to off-grid. Off-grid, come on, we need off-grid. We need to build your community up because I think an off-grid game is very community feel. I think that's going to be a nice community to build. So we need to build your community. But yeah, that's what I mean. You know, if you're building something that's around an idea, and obviously your theme is, like I say, you know, small stories, big stories, small games. I need to say the other way. That'd be rubbish, wouldn't it? Small stories and massive games. The opposite. It's like your nemesis. And I think that's something, an idea, a feeling that people can follow. And it's easier to follow updates and stuff like that on Discord than it is via Twitter. X.
Okay, cool.
Twixer.
Okay. Is it okay to post my Discord link in the chat, I guess?
Yeah, no, I don't think it will let you. I mean, try it. By all means try, but I think it will block you. Just send it to me and I will just send it on. So we'll come in.
We'll get that figured out. Good. Cool.
Yeah, tell me when you've done it and send it, and I'll do it now while we're all here. Steam playtest is also good. You can control if it's active, and it's automatically enrolls players who sign up. Unfortunately, the button still says sign up instead of join playtest or similar. Oh, okay. I've seen that die actually.
Okay, cool.
So we'll do that. We'll join your Discord, and then we'll keep up to date with everything you're doing. And you can get some testers that you kind of know names of already. You know what I mean? There's not random people joining you don't know who they are.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that was handy. That's how I play tested Treacherous Journeys. That was cool. All right. Yeah. No, that actually might be the best way to go. Because I've been trying to. I paid for the Steam page like a month ago, but trying to get anyway.
It's a lot of work. I know. I was trying to learn it with Off-Grid, looking at Steam, and I was like, sorry, it's going to take me years to learn this. If you want your Steam page up, you might have to do it yourself, because if I've got to learn it and do it at the same time, that's hard. But it's fascinating. But again, I think that whole creating a Steam page is like another world.
Yeah.
Holy crap! Half the words I'm like, don't know what that means. Don't know what that means. Okay, so there's your Discord. Okay, let me just. No, copy. So I will. Oh, I haven't joined myself. Look at that. I'll join myself in a second, but let me share it out to everybody. So, everybody, please go and join Otter's Discord. And if you're interested in testing or helping or whatever you want, then that's the place to go and do it. I'm sure he'll set a channel up for testing.
Know. Sure. Ooh, that's a good idea.
If you think Steam is difficult, never publish on console. Well, for me, Steam looks difficult because I don't know what half of it means. So it all looks difficult, but yeah, I appreciate that.
My dream is for the Switch one day, but I'm going to save that for the Metroidvania or something.
There you go. I'm in.
Okay, awesome. Hey, I got somebody on my server. Yeah, you can see how I stuffed everything out. It was pretty great. Let's see. So I'm going to set up a playtesting room.
There you go, everybody. Thank you for joining, everybody. Appreciate it.
Yeah. Yeah, thank you. Absolutely. Some really good feedback today. Too. That was really good.
Yeah, again, some shows are going to be a lot more valuable than other shows. Some shows were just, not a lot's going to come up because it's just naturally the way it is. You can't say, every show is going to be super, resource heavy. It's going to be wonderful, but it's not. Sometimes stuff happens. Sometimes nothing happens.
Yeah, absolutely. Manage expectations.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Okay, so I think we've covered pretty much everything that we need to cover. Is there anything you wanted to add or share or say? Anything? This is like open court here. Anything you wanted to cover before we end the stream? Head off tonight?
No, I think we basically hit everything. This was really good. I'm really excited to this little next month to see what we get done.
Yeah. So 2nd of May is the follow-up to this. It'll be part 3 of this journey, and we will be well on the way there. We might only have a couple more shows left after that, but then we can also talk about how the release went and what's gone. You know what I mean? We can also talk about that. So it will continue after. So don't worry about that.
Don't worry. I'll probably roll into the next. I know the next game I'm making right after that. So.
Yeah, there you go. We'll just continue. There we go. So anybody in chat, is there anything else you would like to ask Ash about his game or about whatever you like, really, before we head off for this evening? Again, for everybody, I've just been incredibly busy, but I am trying to make some little 5-minute highlight videos of these streams just to give you like a catch up if you've missed the episode before. You can at least get the catch up. So I will try and do a little, this is what we covered, this is what happened, and this is what's going to be happening next week. Real short videos, maybe not even be 5 minutes, maybe 2 minutes. So I will try and do those. A post-mortem is definitely interesting. Yeah, there's no point ending. I don't want to just end these like, you've released, goodbye, don't talk to me again.
Goodbye.
That's rubbish. I want to say, okay, you released last month. What are the numbers like? What, do you want? Depending on what you want to share. You don't have to say that you've made $10 million and screw
if I'm
you
like
guys.
this or if I'm like this.
Yeah, exactly. If he's got a fancy new keyboard in the background there, and you know what I mean, and like gold shell, obviously he's done all right. So, but you know what I mean, we'll share whatever the developer's happy sharing, but just finding out some information about stats and success stories and woe stories, it would be interesting.
And yes, Baz, you are correct. It does sound awful. Snow mold is horrible.
Snow mold. That sounds like a game, a horror game.
It's not an indie punk band from the
Snow Mold. That's a great band name. That's a great punk band name. I love it. Snow Mold. Yeah.
That's like a transformer too. Sorry. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, we go.
I'm just going.
Snow mold.
Roll
do it.
out.
Okay, well, I think that's all the questions we have. Again, Ash, thank you so much for joining us.
Cheers.
It's been a pleasure. It's been lovely talking to you as always.
Great. Thanks for having me.
And
Absolutely.
success. I will try and raid somebody. If you don't mind hanging around, everybody, for just a couple of minutes. We'll see if there's anyone to raid. Is anyone that I follow? There isn't. I don't follow enough people. There's no point in me sending you to people with 200 followers, is there? Because you know what I mean? So I'm not going to raid anybody because there's no one. I like to raid the little people. Not the 23,000 people watchers. There's no point. Do you know what I mean? It's just like silly. Ask if Otter is going live. Are you going live, Otter? When are you streaming next?
Oh, tomorrow probably.
Tomorrow.
I've been trying to find out whether mornings or evenings work. Currently, I'm just streaming in the morning, streaming in the afternoon. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I think it's the sort of thing that's it's difficult to know because if you're doing this if the streaming is a side, I think you've just got to stream when you want. Because if you start trying to plan your streams, you'll end up messing up with your dev cycle. So don't worry about that. Just stream when you want to dev and just.
Yes. Yeah, that's kind of what I turned it this past week has just been streaming all day with a break in the middle because I'm just I'll just show what I'm working on. That's it.
I think that's the best way. Unless you really want to make the community a part of it and you got to find when those people are on, then you have to kind of stick to a time.
Yeah.
I think for now, I think you're doing the right thing. But okay, so if you're streaming tomorrow, everybody, what are you doing tomorrow? You're going to go and watch Ash, aren't you? That's what you're going to go and do. So make sure you follow him on Twitch. The link is in the chat up there. Automate Games, you can follow it. It is in the chat up there. So please go and follow. And join us again in 4 weeks when we continue the journey of DevTales. Woo! Woo! And thanks everybody. Thanks for keeping us company. It's been a pleasure. Thank you for all the wonderful questions and feedback, and we really appreciate your support. And see me around. I'll be back. I don't know when I'm streaming again. I don't know. You know me. I don't make a schedule to stream. But anyway. Goodbye. Take care. Have a good evening, and we'll see you next time. Did I make an end screen? Probably not. Did I? Did I make it? You can have a dead stop scene. That's what you can have. So take care, everybody, and we'll see you next time.
Cheers. See you. Bye.